In today's episode, I'm going to be spicing things up and taking a look at some designer fragrances that contain a really nice peppery kick to them. Spicy fragrances go just beyond smelling nice. They evoke emotions and they awaken your desires. Whenever you wear a spicy fragrance, you'll experience an instant boost of confidence and like a surge of energy. And there's this kind of undeniable allure about them. They may even stir up memories of like the festive season, but for whatever reason you choose to wear them, every man should have at least a couple of these firecrackers in their collection. Most of these in today's list will have featured on the channel as a full in-depth review at some point, but sometimes it's just really nice to go back and revisit some of the older ones that I haven't worn in recent months or even years. But that's it for the waffle. Let's get straight into it. Welcome to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again all you lovely people out there, and welcome to another special episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. But there is actually another star of the show that I quickly want to mention today, and that's a subscriber that goes by the name of Phantom712, who very kindly gave me my first ever super thanks and donated $15 to the channel. So it was a really nice surprise to see that. So thank you once again for your support, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Okay, so the first spicy banger that I'm going to talk about today that's perfect for the autumn and winter months, and possibly the most predictable one in today's list, has to be Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. And if you were to ask 100 fragrance enthusiasts to name their favourite spicy designer scent, I would predict that a high percentage of them would definitely suggest this one. The notes in this include saffron, cumin, cinnamon, bourbon whiskey, tobacco and vanilla, and this has a very bright punchy opening with the three spices coming straight through from the initial spray and just hitting you full on in the nose. This fragrance is like a burst of flames, which kind of ignites your senses from the moment that you spray it. But once you get past that nostril tingling pepperiness, you will get a mild booziness as well. But it is that kind of explosion of spiciness in the opening that dominates this one, and it certainly lives up to its Spice Bomb name. It does become a touch more sweet and creamy as it dries down, and the tobacco and the vanilla provide a bit of warmth and depth, but on the whole it remains fairly bright and kind of an energetic type fragrance that's really versatile to wear during the day or for a night out. The performance on this is really good, but recent releases don't seem to be quite as potent as the older formulations, but that might just be my nose that's suffered a little bit of fragrance sniffing damage over the years. Okay, next up is one that was my signature scent for the whole autumn and winter season of 2020. And this one is La Nuit de l'Homme EDP. But it could have easily have been the PARFUM version that I included in this list. Both of these are absolutely stunning fragrances that I don't think get enough credit, and I personally prefer both of these over the original La Nuit de l'Homme. The EDP is centred around the cardamom note just like the original, but it also includes leather, patchouli and tonka beans, so it's a bit more sweet than the original, but it's also got a bit more depth and warmth. It's more masculine in my opinion, and it lasts longer than the original, but still manages to hold on to that spicy DNA of the original, which is still to this day one of the most loved scents in the fragrance community. The PARFUM, on the other hand, drops the cardamom note altogether, and this one gives off more of a spicy red berry type accord, and it includes fruity notes and vanilla, so it's definitely a bit sweeter, but the black pepper and the anise up top just give it a lovely wintry festive spice type character. Both are superb and definitely should be checked out if you haven't already got your nose on either of these two. Okay, so the first ones have all been quite bright and spicy scents, but this next one is a lot more dark, warm and rich smelling. And this is The One Royal Night by Dolce & Gabbana, which is a special edition based on the original The One fragrance line. This is a warm semi-sweet amber scent that opens up with cardamom and basil, blending with the nutmeg and pear wood, so you get a nice amount of spice, but it's just wrapped up in lots of velvety smooth sweetness. The base is made up of amber, sandalwood, cedar and labdanum, so as it dries down you'll get more of a musky, leathery type scent profile with a sweet but dusty texture. This smells very luxurious and sophisticated, but for me it's a definite nighttime fragrance and maybe not quite as versatile as some of the others on this list, but boy does it smell good. I used to absolutely love the 1EDP, but it didn't quite give me the performance that I was after. But this one definitely does perform way better, and it's an absolute must to have in your collection for the colder months of the year. It's a superb masculine scent with a really warm and elegant charm, and definitely one to get your hands on. Okay, next up is one of the more affordable ones in today's list, and I think this is a surprisingly good fragrance for the price that you pay for it. This is Barber Heritage for him, which comes in an eau de parfum concentration, and you can pick this 100ml size bottle up in a gift set for just £32 from the fragrance shop at the moment, and at that price it's an absolute no-brainer. This includes citrus notes up top. We've got cardamom and black pepper in the heart of the scent, and guaiac, cedar and vetiver in the base. So you get more of a crisp and fresh spiciness, but with that quite woody base. This is a very clean smelling scent with a bit of a shower gel like freshness in the opening, but it's very crisp and masculine smelling. The woods in the base do give it a bit of an earthy outdoors character, but again this is all about that green cardamom and the black pepper, which brings an almost spice bomb level of pepperiness in the opening, albeit just with a bit more of a fresh green and woody character. It's very mass appealing and a super safe blind buy to pick up for someone as maybe a Christmas present if you are struggling to buy something for your dad or your brother, etc. Okay, so at number 5, we've basically got a whole range of fragrances because all the Polo Red line have a real spicy kick to them. You've got the standard Polo Red Eau de Toilette, the Intense Flanker, the Extreme, the EDP, and the latest release, the Parfum. But I've got to say that my personal favourite is the Intense Flanker from this line, but unfortunately it's now gone discontinued, which is a real crying shame. But you can still pick it up for a reasonable price at the time of recording this video in October 2023 if you shop around. This opens with cranberry, blood grapefruit, lemon and saffron. In the heart there's coffee, ginger, lavender and sage, and all this sits on a base of amber, leather and red cedar, so you can see there's a bit of everything going on in this one, with some sparkling citruses for the first few minutes, and then you get hit with the ginger and the saffron bringing the spice. There's some wild florals which keep it smelling fairly bright, but then you get a rich deep base of coffee, leather and amber that just runs underneath everything, so it's literally just got a little bit of everything, and it's an absolutely brilliant and wildly underrated scent in my opinion, that's just perfect for men of any age to wear all year round. The performance is really good, but because it starts out so fresh and spicy, this part does fade after a couple of hours and you're left with more of a sweeter, ambery dry down for the next few hours, which is warm and masculine and perfect for the cooler temperatures. This is a great scent in my opinion, and I'm going to pick up another bottle of this before it disappears altogether. Okay, so at number 6 we have the least expensive one out of today's recommendations, but no less of an absolute spicy beast. And this is Burberry London for Men, which came out way back in 2006. And you can pick this 100ml size bottle up for under £30 and under £20 if you go for the 50ml bottle size. This is a sweet woody tobacco scent with cinnamon bringing a sprinkling of festive spice, and right from the initial spray you're going to get a warm, spiced, wintry vibe from it. There's a cherry-like dark, dense, fruity sweetness from the tobacco. We've also got a little bit of sweetness from the leather in the heart of the scent, but the lavender and the bergamot in the opening just balance everything out and keep it smelling quite bright and quite light rather than becoming a straight-up sickly sweet scent. It's a really warm, comforting aroma though, and it will give you a spiced cherry pie-like accord and would be a great alternative to something like the discontinued Amen Pure Havane by Mugler, or even something like Naxos by Xerjoff, which is around 10 times more expensive than this one. This is a pretty unfashionable fragrance nowadays that you won't smell on many people, so it's great if you want something a little different and unique smelling to wear on a cold wintry day, and it's a superb choice considering the price that you can pick it up for. The performance is okay, but nothing that's going to blow your mind. You'll get probably 2 or 3 hours of moderate projection, then it seems to be more of a gentle skin scent after that, but you will still get the odd mild waft from it from time to time. It's not a weak fragrance, but it's also not a room filler either. Again, just like the Barber Heritage that I just spoke about earlier, this would make for a perfect Christmas gift, and I think it's a really safe blind buy to buy for a male friend or a family member, and I think most men will really enjoy this one. And finally, I've saved the best until last, and I won't say too much about this one because I have already spoken about it maybe 50 times before on the channel. But this one is Stronger With You Intensely by Emporio Armani. This is again a delicious sweet but spicy gourmand scent, which includes indulgent notes of toffee, vanilla and tonka beans, and it's spiced up by cinnamon and pink pepper. And in my opinion, it's the absolute perfect autumn and winter fragrance. This is now my 4th bottle, which I picked up just last week, and considering how many fragrances I own, that's definitely some going. And on a cold, crisp autumn day, it's usually the one that I just automatically gravitate towards without even thinking about it. Its rich, warm and seductive aroma will never fail to get you complimented whenever you wear it. If you're looking to cause a sensation wherever you go, then this is definitely your secret weapon. It's really long lasting and projects for hours, and if you don't have this one in your collection, make sure to check it out because it's a cold weather masterpiece that you can wear just either during the day or as a night out scent, and it'd be fine for men of any age. Okay, so in summary, obviously there's not going to be a bad one amongst these, otherwise they wouldn't have made this list. But like I've just mentioned, I think the Stronger With You Intensely would be my personal pick of the bunch, even though there's probably lots of you out there that may disagree and go for the Spice Bomb Extreme or one of the others. But if you are a spicy fragrance lover like me, do yourself a favour and definitely give some of these a try. Whether you want to make a grand entrance or just leave a lasting impression, these fragrances will definitely transport you to a world where spice meets sophistication, and you definitely can't go wrong with any of these in today's list. Okay, so that's about it for this latest episode, and thank you all for joining me on this fragrant journey today and rediscovering some of these fiery old classics. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also let me know down in the comments section below what your favourite spicy fragrance is. So until next time, stay safe, keep smelling fabulous, and I'll see you very soon for the next one. Bye bye for now.